When Eve fought Conquest, I actually thought she is incredibly brave and incredibly stupid. So you can see here that it was not going to end well for her. But I think she already knew that. So a lot of people actually thought the way I thought. She should run. She should get out of there. She should hide. She should not be involved in this fight. But I actually see why. And I'm going to show you guys why it was a good idea for her to get involved with this fight. Check it out. So if you've seen this scene, and I know most of you probably already have, watch what happens here. So as you can see, Eve comes back to life. But I was like curious. I was like, whoa, how exactly does that happen? How does she come back to life all of a sudden out of nowhere? Like, it didn't make sense to me. But when we listen to Eve later on, we can actually see why it was such a big deal. But I'm gonna let you guys see what happens in this episode. Check this out. So she is giving me Jean Grey vibes, right? So if you've ever seen the X-Men, you'll know that Jean Grey, they were honing in her powers. They were holding her back because they were afraid, Professor Xavier was afraid of what she might do with her powers. But I think it's the same with Eve. They're holding her back because they feel like her powers are too strong. Instead of letting her learn how to control them, they're suppressing it, which is not a good idea. How do we know this? Well, check this out.
I remember that you died.
Oh, I didn't die. I just got really close.
How?
It's complicated. I was given powers while I was still in the womb, but they put in mental blocks to limit what I could do. That's the only reason I can't change sentient matter. But when something really traumatic happens, it overrides those blocks and I can use my powers without any limitations. It happened once before, and I've been meaning to tell you, but the time was never right.
So see what I mean? She said it happened once before. That means she was already near death already once, and she experienced this awakening of her powers. So it's the same thing that happens with Jean Grey. This is why it was okay for her to take this beating from him, is because she knew that once she was close to death, she just had to endure the pain. She was going to come out a better person or a better hero on the other end. So, good thing?